Dang it, I keep clicking Jason Cam instead of the main cam. Jason, what do you got for us today?
Okay, my last bit is not a bit of news. It is a review of Resident Evil Requiem. I did finish the game, 18 hours to completion. I have to say, I'm going to give this game a solid 8.5 out of 10. I think it could have been longer. I don't feel as though the story was as good as Resident Evil Village was. But also, Resident Evil Village kind of gave me a different vibe, and I like that. But Resident Evil 9 almost felt like they had more of a story to tell and cut it short a bit. So that's why I'm kind of going with the 8.5 rating. What I will say is the character of Grace in this game. Granted, I love playing as Leon. Leon is in a playground all of his own. He is killing zombies. He is very good at what he does. When I played as Grace, every time I played as her, I felt like I was about to die. Because the actress portraying her let you know, I have never been in a situation like this before. This is some scary shit. I am about to die. Because literally, like, all of hers is, what the fuck is that? What the fuck is that? And as far as like the terror aspect, honestly, playing this Resident Evil as that character, I felt like I was in a very good Silent Hill game. So I will give her flowers. The character Grace Ashcroft and the actress that played her were absolutely the best part of this game. It was fun to play as Leon. It's kind of like our standard. We killing zombies at all times. But I mean, it's a Resident Evil game, but it's a good Resident Evil game. I will go ahead and give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. There were very scary moments playing as Grace. As Leon, I always felt like I'm the invincible guy. You know, I'm gonna kill every single one of these zombies. But I will ding the game because ultimately I felt it was way shorter than it should have been. I got to a point where I felt like there was going to be more story at the ending sequence, and it just kind of ends. In fact, the ending makes me want to give it a lower score. As I talk about it and think about that ending, I almost want to go 8 out of 10. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and say it. About an 8 out of 10. It was a good game overall. I am eager to give it a replay and spend some more of my points to maybe get things like unlimited ammo and some different weapons. But yeah, just as far as graphics-wise, controls, everything is polished and on point with this game. I have no problems about the control. I have no problems about the design of it. The zombies and everything looked scary. The settings were great. But I do have to ding it on what I felt was a bit of a rush story. 18 hours to complete a game seems a bit short to me. And granted, I was gone for a couple days, you know, we were doing All-Con, and then I immediately went down to Georgetown, and I came back, and I was like, all right, I'm going to finish the game. And I was right at the point that you pretty much finished the game. And I guess that maybe kind of helped with some of the disappointment of, oh, shit, here I am at the end now. Like, I got back to play roughly 15 minutes, and then we ended the game. So that could play a point in my criticism of it. But overall, I think they could have told a better story. I think they could have told a longer story. And I hope maybe we get some DLC here soon. It might help make up for it. And there were certain characters I wanted to show up, and they didn't. But they were mentioned. And I guess that's good enough. So, solid game, worth the buy, but I felt like more story would have certainly given it a higher rating.
That's fair.
Yeah.
My only knowledge of this game is the amount of times Leon grunts as he does things. And that not long after the game came out, there was a shirtless mod, but he kept his like belted harness. Ooh.
You got the vapors?
No, I don't. I do not have to fart. Thank you very much.
She almost said it.
Fun fact, having the vapors means you have to fart. Not that you are...
That's why they would always excuse themselves.
Yeah. Anyway,
But yeah.
no, it did look like a solid enough game, and knowing that it still gets like an 8 out of 10, that's still not bad.
And that one character that we talked about when we were looking at kind of like a first look, the girl.
Yeah.
Okay, look, I have never called somebody a bitch more than I did that character as I was playing the game. Like, I don't even like calling people the bitch word. Like, I say it in jest. I meant it with every fucking fiber of my being. Every time that heifer showed up, oh my God, I hated her. I hate that bitch, and she hate me. That's how I felt every time she showed up. Anyway, just wanted to do that. So yeah, it's worth the buy, definitely. I didn't even notice that it was a Switch 2. It was a Switch 2 release.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that Switch. I played it on PS5, so surprising that they could translate that down to Switch 2. It almost makes me want to go get it on Switch 2 just to see how it performs in comparison to the PS5.
Maybe see if you have a friend that has it for Switch 2 and
Yeah, I
borrow
really
it
don't want to
instead.
spend. I don't want to pay twice for a game.
Yeah.
But I would love to see a contrast in how it performs.